everybody, welcome to LDRS Creative. We're in studio on a chilly Wednesday. I know this is a really weird day for us, but I actually have plans tomorrow night. I never have plans, but I have plans tomorrow night, and so we scheduled for tonight. So thank you all for joining us on Wednesday. I know it's unusual, so I'm so excited to see people here. You never know. You know, when you change what you normally do, you never know what's going to happen. So it is so great to see so many people coming in already. I really appreciate it. Hello to Donna in St. Louis, Missouri, Kelly in Kansas, Melanie, who is here? Teresa Rubino, as well as Tony Seeberger are both in Long Island. I'm wondering where each of you lives. Maybe you guys can get together and craft. Hello to Maureen from Connecticut. Hi, Angel, and Connie Dunbar is here as well. Who else is here? Cindy Patty, yay! Carol is here from chilly St. Joseph, Michigan. Yep, little ways away from us, but not too bad. But yeah, chilly here in Michigan. Tara is in Western New York, and Margie, hello. Alicia Key, I know you were the first one here, so thank you. Cindy Merrow is here, also from Michigan. Deirdre is here. From Montreal. I don't know how to say this name. Xiomara. I don't know how to say your name. I'm so sorry, but welcome. Jean is here from Pennsylvania, it looks like. So many people coming. Kelly from Oregon. Who is here? Janet from Ontario. Joyce in Southern California. Jenny is here. And yes, did I have a good vacation? I actually went to Montreal in Canada. I was there last weekend at Scrapbook Central, and we had demos, and we did some card making. We had a wonderful, wonderful weekend there, and there was a really great turnout of people, so I got to meet a lot of crafters in their store, so that was really wonderful. And Karen is here watching from Maryland. Oh, hi, Gail. Okay, so tonight I'm actually going to be doing kind of a Halloween card. Halloween is coming up in just a couple of weeks, and we saw this morning that the bundle for tonight's class has completely sold out, and that's because the Timeless Meadow has sold out. So that bundle has sold out. But I will tell you, if you want to recreate what I'm creating and you don't have the Timeless Meadow, we are going to be getting that back in stock in probably about 3 weeks. But the Timeless Wildflowers would also work with the Haunted Collage stamps to do what I'm going to be creating tonight. So hopefully you guys will like this. We're going to go ahead. Don't forget, we do have... we always do a giveaway at some point throughout the evening, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We draw the name based on comments that people leave. That's the only way that we know that you're here. Sometimes we just draw a name, and sometimes I will put a little question out there, maybe based on something that I said or something, and see if anybody can guess the answer, whatever it is. I don't know. We've been asked maybe to do something other than movie trivia, so we'll see what happens with that. See if I can come up with something else. Okay. So let's see. Is there anything else I need to announce that you can think of, Mr. Hunt?
No.
I do know people have been asking when our next collection is coming out, and that is going to be at the end of November. If you remember, we do quarterly collections. So our next collection will be at the end of November. So just so you know that. I think that's it. All right, we're going to go ahead overhead, and I'm going to show you what we've got going. Okay, let me grab my glasses. So the bundle for today's project includes the Haunted Collage stamp set, as well as the Timeless Meadow. So here's the Haunted Collage. This is my set, so you can see it's already been loved.
But you can see all the beautiful, actually, you know what, why don't we zoom in so I don't have to lift this up. It'll make it a little bit easier. You know what, we did do an extra close-up zoom, closer than usual, because I'm going to be coloring with Copic markers tonight. And we wanted to make sure everybody could see what I'm doing. So let me lay these down so it's more focused. So this is the Haunted Collage set. It has 38 stamps in it, and you can see I've already been playing with it. But in our collage sets, this is considered stack and collage if you're not familiar with it. But we're always going to have some kind of a theme. We're going to have all kinds of sentiments, fonts, definitions, mixed fonts, mixed size fonts. We're going to have little icons and things that have to do with the theme. And the whole idea behind this is to create wonderful, playful little collages. I have a ton of videos that we've already done on it, and we're going to be doing one tonight. And then I also grabbed the Timeless Meadow. This is a 4x8 stamp set, but like I said, the Timeless Wildflower, you could use that one as well. And that one we do have in stock, I believe. So these are the two items that I'm going to be featuring. Let's go ahead and zoom back out because that's just way too close. It's kind of hurting my eyes right now. I also grabbed our hand-torn squares. This is one of our new die sets. So this is in addition to the bundle. I'm going to be playing with this. And then I grabbed, I don't even know which one this is. It's not a Tracks and, I think this is the Texturize It. It's Texturize It, and I think that's Tracks and Treads too, if I remember. So I grabbed that last minute, and so we're going to see what happens with that. To get started, let's see. Oh, I also came up with a color scheme. So my idea, the whole idea came from this flower set. I ended up using this flower. But it came from the Timeless Meadow, and I thought, I want to do some really kind of gorgeous, like purple and black flowers for Halloween. I thought it would be fun to do something and kind of mix these together. So, you know, and if you want to make this a Halloween card, great. If you end up taking the concept and, you know, putting a different sentiment on it for a birthday, for a special occasion, whatever it is, you can still use the same concept. So I do have a stamping block. I always have a stamping block when I'm going to be doing some stacking collage. So this is handy. I do still have my stamping platform with me, but here's my color scheme. I'm going to grab these inks here to show you what my color scheme is. Okay. So we have, this one is Alloy, Raven, Lala Lavender, Grape Ape, Prickly Pear Perfection, and then I also grabbed 4-leaf. Okay, so you can see that we're going, you know, with like a light green, dark green, a lighter purple, a darker purple. I think this is going to, I'm really excited about it, so I think it's going to be really fun. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started. Let's see. I'm going to trim this down. So I already know, all right, well, let me show you what I already did. That'll be helpful. So here's what I already did. So I already decided that I want to make a square card. So I have a card base here that is 5 by 5, and I'm going to use it top folding. So it's 5 inches by 5 inches. You can see here on my mat, it's 5 inches square. All right. And then these are the colors that I pulled, cardstock. So I grabbed my black, and I just cut that to a 5-inch square that's going to go on top. And then I trimmed, I want to say it was 3/8 of an inch off of 2 sides. And then that will nest in there. This is this beautiful kind of bright lime green. And then this is where the hand-torn squares come in. Now, I used the largest, I think I used the largest one. Yes, I used the largest die here, and I cut it twice. I cut it out of that really deep plum purple and then the lighter purple. And I'm not going to line these up perfectly. My thinking is I want to have them kind of staggered like this so that you can see some of the dark edges behind behind the lighter pink, because I think that looks really cool. So that's how I'm planning on using it. So if you want to zoom in here, Alan, that way people can kind of see what I'm talking about a little bit better. See how you just see those little edges? It just looks creepy. So that's the goal. Creepy is the goal tonight, okay?
Oh, I should do well then.
So for this particular piece measures about 4.5. So I'm going to go with a 4-inch square that I'm going to stamp on. I'm going to create my card on a 4-inch square, I think. Let me make sure. Hopefully I didn't cut that for nothing. We'll see. It should fit nicely. Yep, and that's going to fit really nicely in there. Okay? So that's what we're going to work with. And I know this is really close up right now, but I wanted to make sure you guys could see what I'm doing. Now, I do have my stamping platform here. Alan, why don't we zoom out for this part? It's just too close. It's like too close.
Happy medium.
Yeah, we need to get a third camera in here. So you're going to see me, I'm just going to go ahead and start kind of creating and stamping a little collage of stamps, of flowers right now, just kind of playing with it. So I liked this one. I want to create kind of a velvety, kind of really dark purple flower. So I'm going to bring this in. Maybe about here. All right. Is it going to work? Let me think. Trying to think if I want to go a little bit lower with it. I think I'm going to go a little bit lower. To me, it looks like it might be a little bit high. So I'm going to lower that down just a little. Okay? Because I'm looking at how much space I have at the top. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up in Raven. This is a hybrid ink, so I can use Copic markers with it. I can use watercolors with it if I wanted to, but I'm going to use an alcohol marker with a hybrid ink. Give this a really good stamp. That looks pretty good. I'm going to do a little bit more just in the center on center of that flower, so it's an even darker black right in the middle there. Okay, the rest of it, if it's not perfect, I'm not really that concerned with it. And down here it looks a little bit light, so I think I am going to go just a little bit more. I just don't want to go too heavy. That's good. Okay, so I am going to give this a quick clean. I love seeing how you turn the ink pad upside down so you can, oh yes, so I lay it back in. I'm very careful. I don't want to, believe me, I've been trained because I've made so many mistakes. I get ink everywhere. All right, so I'm going to move this up, the little magnet up around the top. So in order to get kind of a different look so it doesn't look like the exact same flower, I'm going to angle this now this way. And I think, and I want to keep this other flower up here on the page. So I'm going to angle that so it's not going to look like it's the exact same flower. All right. Get this inked up. And if it seems like I rub this for a while, part of it is pressure and the other is just allowing that ink to absorb into the paper. The paper that I'm using, by the way, is Neenah Classic Crest Solar White, 110 pound. I'm going to do that again so it's really saturated. There you go. All right. So we're going to give that a quick clean. with my Extreme Clean. Now, if your dauber gets really dirty, just clean that with your cloth. Soak that up a bit. And now I've gotten all of the loose excess residue, ink residue, off of my stamp. And we're going to put this one away. And now I'm going to move to my stamping block. Okay, now we can come in a little bit closer, if you will, Alan. Okay, so now I have my stamping block, and I'm going to start kind of playing a little bit with these stamps and with the inks, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, so I'm bringing my two purples over here. I'm going to lower this down a little bit so you guys can kind of see what I've got going on. Maybe not. We'll see. And then I also have my stamps. So I'm just going to start kind of adding some additional little textures in here with some different colors. And just kind of playing with it. And I'm not going to worry about whether or not I've stamped it perfectly. I'm going to start with my lighter purple here. This is called La La Lavender. And I just want to kind of make it look like there's a lot going on. Like this is like a little field of flowers. All right. Some of this may overlap. Some of it may not. And that's okay. It doesn't really matter one way or the other. So I'm inking this up. Now this one little line right here, I'm just going to remove that ink with my finger. There we go. So I just didn't get that little bit of a line, and that's good. That's exactly what I want. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more. So I got some room to play in here. And I want to cover some of this space. Trying to decide if I want any more of this one. You know what? I don't think I do. I think I'm going to move on. So I'm going to clean that one up. Sometimes I'm just looking at how it looks and just kind of playing. Let's see. So I have another texture that is similar to that one. It's just a little bit bigger. I'm going to stick with this purple for now. And I'm just going to kind of, because I don't want the same things to be stamped everywhere. Let's see. Let's stamp just a little bit there. And maybe get a teeny little bit there. I just don't want too much. Okay. Because you got to remember there's other colors that I want to add in, so I'm collaging, so I'm thinking about where am I putting my colors. I want balance of color. I started with the larger pieces in black, and I want balance of color. Looks like I got a little bit of something up here, but we'll deal with that later. From here, let's see, what else do we have in here? I want to bring maybe some of that darker purple, which is right here, the Grape Ape. Let's get that inked up. And I have some space right up here. I think I'm just going to stamp a flower here. Maybe stamp another one coming in off the side here. Here. And then how about here? Okay, so we're just kind of creating a little more color, a little more texture, balance of color. So I've got all that black in the center, so I'm building up some of the lighter color, the darker color, or I'm sorry, the lighter purple, the darker purple. And in the meantime, while I'm doing all this, everything else is drying, which is good. We want everything else to dry. Let's see. Is there anything else that I want to add in here? I'm thinking that I might leave it at this point and start coloring. So we're going to do that. Let me lay down some color on these flowers, and then we're going to go from there. Okay? So let me move my stamp set over. Clean up on aisle 4. Okay. So these are all of the colors that I have for markers. Now, I looked to the color paper that I have, and that's basically what I grabbed. So here's my paper. And so I grabbed some purples that worked with the paper that I have. So I happen to have violets. So I've got V01. I can't put them up in the camera because it's too blurry. But I have V01, 04, 06, and 09. And I'll lay the caps down as I work with them. Okay, so those are the purples. And then for green, I wanted something that was kind of limey like this. And so I started with the YG03. And then I pulled in YG23, and then YG06, and then I grabbed a YG17 for where I do really dark things. And of course, I've got to have a black, so this is just 100. These are all Copics, 100 for my black. And then I also pulled in a warm gray, which is W5. All right? And I'll explain all of these as I go. But for now, we're going to get to coloring. So I like to order my markers in terms of color, so it makes it easy for me to grab them. Wow, you can see all the little boo-boos on my fingers now that we're so zoomed in. I chew my fingers, I chew my cuticles and stuff. You can see it all. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to start with V01. Okay, so I'm going to put my little marker here, and I'm literally just going to go around to everywhere that I want purple, and I'm just going to start pulling color in, okay? And just kind of laying down a first, line of defense, if you will, a little bit of color. I may not color everything in, leave some little white areas, just so those can end up being little highlights later. So all I'm doing is literally just kind of going around and putting color down. All right, really simple. Making sure I get the tips. I'm going to do the same up here. Just a little bit. And now to this one here. I always go with the direction that the lines are going in. If you'll notice, I turn my image as I go. I don't twist my hand. I went outside the line there. Does not matter. I tend to start, I tend to do light to dark. It gives me a little more control, so I can think more about my darker areas and shadows when I get to them. Oops. But if you see, I go around, so I'm kind of angling here with the lines, and then I pull back and angle in the other direction, working with the lines that the illustrator provides me with. Okay, so I'm always curving in the same direction, so my strokes with my marker go in the same direction, and I'm not pressing very hard with my marker at all. I'm literally just kind of flicking up a little bit with kind of the tip of it. Okay, so that is number 1. I'm going to go up one color to V04. It's not one color. I had V01, so I'm not going to like a V05. They're not consecutive numbers because there isn't very much, differentiation of color if you do that. I don't have every single color Copic marker because you don't need them. I will do like this is, I did a V01, now I have a V04. That gives me room to play in between. So I can create the colors in between by mixing and combining these. So now I'm going to go back over kind of the same areas, but I'm going to use smaller little flicks, and I'm going to do less. I'm not going to pull that color out quite as far, but I'm still going to go around in, the same direction as that the illustrator gave me to work with. And I'm really just using the very tip of my marker. Okay, I do like to have color up around the tips, and I'm going to have the highlights be in like the center, so it looks like the petals are curving like that. So they're going to be darker here, and the highlight is going to be where it curves. But I'm not going to be trying to make this look real. I'm literally just kind of scribbling some color in here and just kind of playing with it. Okay, I want that color right up on the tips and right around the edge. Now, here where I do have a little bit of a fold, I'm leaving the top of that lighter because that petal kind of curls. All right, so I leave that little bit lighter, so that's going to be a highlight. And this one here, I'm just going to get that darker area there and bring it around. All right, so it's not perfect. It's not going to look, like I said, it's not going to look, like they're real. What I'm going for here is a really dramatic look to the flowers. Okay. Color darkest at the bottom here, so I'm flicking up. I like to see lines in it, by the way, too. I love to see the little marker strokes come up under that little line there. And then I'm going to come up around the top and leave that center. And some of you literally just see me kind of shaking the marker and leaving color down. All right, just so that I don't have really hard edges or hard lines. And if I go outside of the line, I don't really care about that either, because I want this to look whimsical. I want these to look, even a little tattered looking, because it's Halloween. So again, curve with the lines that the illustrator gives us. I'm going to go dark in that little center there. Bring some color around the tips and just leave some whiter, lighter areas. Okay, darker at the bottom. Come in these little areas where the petals come together. You decide which one is on top, and whichever one is underneath the other, that's the one that gets the shading. Okay, so here's our start. So we've got two colors in. Now I'm going to go up to V06, and I'm going to do the same thing again. It gets a little bit darker. Okay. V06, kind of go over it, fill in some of the areas that we missed last time. But it's all about building the color. This one has maybe a little more red in it than the other one did. I'm adding less each time as well. And I'm not totally covering everything that I already did. Okay. Just a tiny little bit here. There we go. Now the next color is really going to throw you. That one's going to be quite dark. So you can see when coloring like this, it really is, it's just kind of fast, easy, and very imperfect. It's my kind of coloring. I don't like to spend hours coloring anymore. I have too many other things I do, you know, but I love to have something that looks beautiful, and I love to create. There we go, that little top there. There we go. Yeah, make that a little uneven. All right, so we're on our way. We're getting there. Now this one's going to be really dark. This is V09. Ha ha ha. Now this one I'm going to do far less. Okay, this one is going to be very dramatic. And you're going to see that I'll bring little textures in that maybe weren't there before, because I just think it adds to all of the drama. I'm not going to be moving as fast with this one. I'm a little more precise with where the color gets laid down. These are lines that you're going to see more. And this is one of those things where less is more. All right. A little more precise with the lines. Darker coming out from the center. Look how dramatic it starts to look. Isn't that cool? Kathy says, first time I've attended the craft class. Awesome. Well, welcome, Kathy Schaefer. Oh, Cindy, you know what? You could color like this. I didn't always color like this, darling. It's just playing and practice. For those of you that don't know my history, not that I have this fabulous history, but I actually started out many years ago, and I used to work for a company called Magnolia, and I used to do a lot of project design for like their magazine and stuff like that. But that's really where I got all my practice in Copics and in coloring and painting and everything. So. I mean, I've been doing it a really long time. The point is, it really just takes it just takes practice, you know, it's trial and error. And I learned by doing exactly what you're doing right now. I watched people color. And I practiced. Now this is all going to come together, don't you worry. I know it's starting to look a little, just like very, very dark. But I promise you, it does come together. Okay. I'm literally just kind of letting the marker touch down and do some of the work for me. I'm not being real precise. I'm kind of squiggling some of these lines in where just kind of general areas. I'm following some of the lines that are already here. And then I'm adding some new ones. What was that? What are you doing over there? Huh?
Looking at my motorcycle.
You're looking at your motorcycle.
Yeah.
Honey, you're supposed to be doing... You're supposed to be here with me.
I got nothing else to do.
I got nothing else to do. I got no place else to go.
Right.
There you go. I know, it's a movie quote again, but does anybody know what it's from? I got no place else to go. First one to get it is our first winner of the night. And I know, I'm sorry, it's a movie quote. I'm looking to see if anybody's commenting. I don't see it. If you know the answer to that, if you know which movie. Somebody wants to know where your motorcycle is.
Oh, it's on the Ducati website.
It's on a Ducati website for sale. Woohoo! Don't get too excited. He's buying another. I made the mistake of getting excited about it. And then I was informed he was buying another. Ah. Okay. Yes! Donna just got it. An officer and a gentleman. Donna Turner just got it. Donna, you are tonight's winner. You have won a $10 gift certificate to LDRS Creative. So if you will please do me a favor and send us an email to customer service at ldrscreative.com. We will, oh, and remind me what you won.
How do you know she's telling the truth?
Then we will send you a gift certificate. Okay, so now I've got V01 again, and I'm literally doing a little bit of color blend, and I'm filling in some of those white areas. I'm not dragging this over all of those colors a whole lot because I don't want to blend them out too much. All right, pull these out just a wee little bit. So all those little areas that I left white, those are the little highlights now. All right, how's that look?
Awesome.
All right, so I am pushing up toward the whiter areas, by the way. I'm not pulling back from the white. I'm pushing up toward it. That makes a difference because the color is going to move on your paper similarly to the way paint might move on your paper. Okay? And I don't want to mess with it too much. I'm going to leave it like that. I want them to look kind of velvety. All right? You like them? Yay! That is all we need from the purple. Now we're going to move on to green. I'm going to start with my lightest green, which is YG06. I think that's my lightest one. And I'm just going to go over these little leaves, and they're going to look very, very bright. I'm literally just going to cover them with this green. And then we'll come back and make them look better afterwards. But I'm going to lay down my first color, which is my lightest color. A little bit over here. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to add, I don't feel like I have enough green. I only have a little bit of green in here, so I'm going to add a leaf or two. So I'm going to grab my Raven, and I have my leaf on my thing here. And I think I'm going to put one right up here. Give me a little bit of green. Don't worry about that little bit that got on the glass mat. That cleans. All right. Do I need any more? Maybe a little tip right there. Okay. So that'll just give me, I'll have some green down here, and we'll come up there with some green. All right. I'm going to let that dry. This is a hybrid ink. It has a permanent quality about it, but it also, you know, needs a little bit more drying time, especially, it's not going to be soaking wet right now, but going in with a Copic marker, I want to make sure that it's going to be a little more dry than it probably is. So now I'm going in with a YG06, and in some of these areas where I want it to be darker, okay, these little folds, these little twists on the outer edge over here, I'm going to get some of that darker there too. that little fold there, outer edge. There isn't a whole lot for me to color in here. But I'm going to bring this down and just kind of darken that area that's kind of bent over onto the side here. A little bit in here. Now, I am going to move up now and color in with the YG 23. That was my brighter one. Get some color there and a little bit of color in here. And now with the 06, come in at the bottom, a little bit up at the top. All right, so not too much, just a wee little bit. I'm actually done with those two. So now I have my darkest green, which is YG 17. And so I am going to come in at the underside here and just go right up the side. Kind of at the bottom, under here. All right. And a little bit toward the bottom in here. Now, if you recall, I had two more colors. So I have my black and I have my W. So I want drama. So I'm going to take black to my flowers because this is Halloween. So I'm literally going to be very gentle with this here and just add little bits, especially in the center coming out, and just darken and make it even more dramatic. I'm not covering a whole lot of it, just a little bit, and if I do cover too much of it, I'll come back in with a little more purple. All right. But I'm literally just kind of touching down in some areas and really deepening how rich. All right. So now you can see how much different this one is than this one. I'm going to pull some of that out, a little more there. I also want to come in to the center and just really deepen this. So it's really dramatic. Look how dark that can get. And it just looks really, we're not done. We still have a ways to go. So I'm just adding some black. Remember, it's Halloween, right? That's the whole point of this card, is Halloween. Dab some of this in and just really deepen up this center.
Interesting how much it changes with just that little bit of lines.
That little bit?
Yeah.
It gets really dramatic, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit at the bottom in here. I almost want like, you know, like dead flowers, but not quite dead. Okay. I think it looks cool. I am going to come, now I got to be careful. This is my 01. I'm going to come in to a couple of little areas here. I'm looking at it on the screen. just where I feel like it might be a little too light. And then I also want to add in a few more little purple lines. Like on this one, it looks really black, but I want to get some of that purple up in the top there again. Just to kind of deepen some of that purple. Show it off. All right. I think it looks cool. Okay. Now, the gray is for the green, because I want to give some age to this green. And just shadow that up a little bit too. Okay, you got to remember everything's kind of dead. I know that seems strange to say, but it is. So over here where I've gone out of the line a little bit, I'm going to bring that around. There we go. I just kind of blend some of that green in. So it brings a little bit of the green back, but it's shadowed. All right. Cool. All right. Now, let me get my black ink. I'm going to start to play. So, a couple of things that bother me. See how I have that bright purple? I want to deaden that a little bit too. So I'm just dabbing into the black. I am not going to press hard here. Just a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. Just a little bit to get a little bit of black in there. Just a tiny bit. It just kind of pushes the purple into the background, but I still have the purple. So you got to remember, when we're collaging like this, it's all about layering, texture, stacking, right? Actually, I'm going to put this way. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing in here. Just lay it down a little bit, not real hard, just a tiny little bit. Actually, I didn't even get any there. So even if it doesn't line up over it, that's fine. Okay, I just want a tiny little bit. All right, so it just softens it. All right. I need a ghost flower. Okay, let's see. What are we going to do now? Now I think I'm going to put this into my stamping platform. I'm nowhere near done. Still have a ways to go. Now I'm going to start playing with my haunted stamps. And my favorite one in here is Something Wicked This Way Comes. I love that. So, I'm going to play a little bit. This is for Halloween, so I could do the date over here. I'm going to lower this down. I think there's still room for that. Okay. Let me see if that's straight. Looks straight. Okay. Let's get that inked up. Okay, give that a moment to soak in. And I may do it again because I want it to be really, really rich.
That looks like something Yoda would say.
Yoda
Yeah.
would say something wicked.
Something wicked this way comes.
Okay.
What'd you say?
It does sound like something. Say it louder so everybody can hear you.
No,
He just did a Yoda impression. If you guys didn't hear him, it's actually funny. He's not often funny, but, you know, when he is. No, he's actually funny a lot. Okay, so I'm going to put the October 31 here. Let's see if that is straight. And it looks like it. Now this one, I'm going to do a little two-tone, I think. I think I'm going to do 2 purples. So make sure that paper is exactly where you want it to be. I'm going to ink this up first with the lighter purple. And then I'm going to come over the bottom part of it with the darker purple. Okay, so we kind of get an, ooh, move that over. Get an ombre look. Ta-da! I'm going to do it one more time with the lighter one just to get some of that clarity. Look how cool that looks. Oh, that looks so cool. So cool. So cool. Dun, dun, dun. I feel good. Na, 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 na. Knew that I would know. Who sings that song? Anybody know?
I think everybody knows it.
Come on, first one to tell me who sings that song. First one, you're going to get a gift certificate. I feel good. Da, na, 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 na. See, it's not a movie. Who got it? Kathy Schaefer, James Brown.
Joyce
Who?
got it at the same time.
Joyce got it at the same time?
What's your display show?
Mine shows Kathy Schaefer, first one.
Okay.
That's the very first one. So Kathy Schaefer, you are today's winner. Sorry. I can see a display where all of the comments from both Facebook and YouTube come in to me. So Kathy Schaefer, you have won. Yours came in first. You've won a $10 gift certificate to LDRS Creative. So please send us an email to customer service at ldrscreative.com. Let me know that you guessed James Brown, and you will win a $10 gift certificate to LDRS Creative.
Lori Langmeyer's stopping by.
Lori Langemeyer,
Haven't seen her in a
welcome.
while.
We haven't seen you in a while. Okay, so right now I'm inking the 31, and I started with Prickly Pear Perfection, and now I'm turning to 4-leaf to just get the bottom of it, or some of it. We'll see how much I got. I don't know how much I got. Cool.
That looks nice.
I'm going to do it one more time just to deepen that limey color there. That looks pretty cool. I think I'm going to add, because we are stacking and collaging, right? And there's a little bat in here that I think is rockin' cool. I think he's really darling. So, let me see if I can find him. Here he is. He's over here. I'm going to do this bat, and I'm going to put him like right here. And I think I'm going to go back in with purple. This is going to be a lot of purple on this card. But I'm going to do two-tone purple. So I'm going to start with that lighter purple, the whole thing, and the lighter purple. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do the darker purple. I'm going to go black at the bottom. It is a bat, right? So do the whole thing in the Lala Lavender. And then I'm going to angle my ink pad and get around the bottom of it in black. Oops, almost put that in the wrong place. And we'll see how this turns out. There we go. Look at that. I'm going to go one more time with the purple, just to really deepen that. Thank you, Donna. She says, I love how you have mixed the themes of the stamps to make it work. Look how cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Love. Okay. I think we're going to go back to a block at this point. So I'm going to get rid of my stamping platform for now. And we're going to do a little bit of play. Because I really want to, there's a lot of white. All that white going on is pretty stark against the flowers. So I'm going to go to this little, I think this one is the Texturize It. And I'm going to grab, first of all, this really cool texture stamp that I just think is very, very cool on all things. And I'm going to use alloy. And I'm just going to kind of put it around. No rhyme or reason. Okay, it just kind of tones down some of that,
White.
yeah, some of the white. It just kind of pushes that a little bit into the background. All right. You don't want to do it so heavy or so much. Okay, so some of that I did was second generation, which means I stamped it, and then without inking it, I stamped it again. All right.
Copy of a copy.
Copy of a copy. That's right. Copy of a copy. We won't ask what movie that's from because I know you guys don't always want to do the movie stuff, but it's a funny one. It's a good one. I'm going to grab this other texture one here. It's got like numbers and stuff on it. We'll have fun with that. Let's see. Let me grab that lime green because I don't have, like I have green in here, but I don't have green anywhere else, right? I'm going to move some of that green around. And, oh, you know what I want to do first? No, I'm not. I'll wait. So I'm just going to ink this up here. Just put it in the middle. How about over here? Anywhere else I want to put it? I'm going to add a little bit there. Just a wee bit. Not too much, just a little bit here and there. But, you know, it looks like a big stamp, but it really doesn't leave that much anywhere. It just gives you a little bit of texture, which is just kind of fun. Let's see, is there anything else in here that I want to use? I like this one. It's just kind of words. I don't know what it says. I'm going to put that up here. There, that's a little bit stronger. And I like it. Okay. I'm not going to do too much of that everywhere. So let's put this away. We have a little more stamping to do. But see, as we do that, it kind of pushes the flowers a little bit into the background so they don't look quite as bold. Kind of softens it a little bit. I like that. Now I'm going to go back to my stamp set here because I want to do some fun little things. I love these little spiders. And I'm going to stamp some of them. Little spider. Spidey. Let's put him here. Because it is Halloween. Right? There are other spiders too. There's another smaller one that I'm going to grab. I want him to be... This is the only place I like spiders. It's in my crafting. Super cute. Let's put one here. I love it. I just think they're the coolest things. And I don't like spiders, but I think these are super cute. It's just like, ugh. They're just kind of all over. Creepy. Okay. But you know what we don't have is any spider webs. Let's see if I can fit some spider webs in here. How would I put one here? In between the flowers. If that isn't fun. Oh, let's see, where else can I add one? I could put one here, but I feel like they're too close together. I'm going to put one here. I think they're darling. The only kind of spider webs I like. And now, let's see, is there anything else? I do want to have some more words because this is a collage, right? So this one says, creep it real. Let me see if that's going to work. It's kind of small. I almost feel like it needs to, I'm not going to do creep it real. I think I'm going to go, I'm going to put this back. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use thicker, huh?
I like the way it is.
Well, I'm not done. I'm going to use a thicker font. And I'm going to put it back into my stamping platform so that I can ink it more than once because I'm going over some things. And I do want it to show. So I might have to ink it, I might have to stamp it more than once to really deepen it and make sure it shows up. Because remember, we're stacking and collaging, so I want to have more things in here. Oh, I didn't even get it straight. That's nice.
No.
Oopsie. That's okay. Don't tell anybody. Fright night. That looks cool. And I think I'm going to do one more of those because I saw another one that is a thicker font and it says be very afraid. I wonder if I can make it work in here. They're like little hidden messages. I think it's kind of cool. I like the idea of the hidden messages too. I think it's neat. Be very afraid. There we go. Hidden messages. Ah! Oh, Kelly says perfect angle. Are you talking about the Fright Night? Because it looks like it's kind of, you know, jumping up and yelling at you. Fright Night! Okay, I don't want to do too much. I think if I do any more, it's going to be way too much. But I think that came out really cool. So, let's put all of my inks away, and we're going to do some final assembly. Clean up on aisle 4. All right, let's see. Let's assemble. I'm going to get got my tape gun. I've got my, these are just all going off the edge. My foam. So we're going to start from the bottom up. Okay, I've got my card base. I want it to open on the top. All right. So I'm going to lay down the, make sure it fits. I'm going to lay down the black card topper first. And make sure I get that aligned right. All right. Looks good. And then let me think about how I want to do this. These two I'm going to adhere to each other. So I'm going to go this way. I'm actually going to turn my hands. I don't normally do that. But I want to make sure I line them up the way that I wanted them lined up. And so I don't want to mess it up. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of liquid adhesive just so I have room for error. Oh, no, 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 Shannon, not wolf spiders. No, 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 no.
What is it? Wolf spiders?
Wolf spiders. No. I can't do it. I do not like spiders at all.
She calls them double flushers.
Double flushers. I love that.
That's, you got a little bit of tape coming off the top there.
Oh, I do, don't I? All right. Put it in the camera. I'm not used to the camera being so zoomed in, so I can't see where things are. I think that's where we're going to go, just so we see some of the edge underneath. Okay. That looks good. This is going to be popped up, I think, on here on foam. So I think I'm going to do this one flat. So, uh-oh, Sketty-o.
Oh,
We just ran out of tape.
seriously?
We just ran out of tape. Yep. Here.
How can that be?
It just happens, you know. There's a beginning and an end to all things.
Hmm.
So we're going to go with glue. You don't know where the tape is.
I honestly don't. You do?
Yeah, I do. Top drawer over there, Alan. Right there.
Here?
Yep.
How do you do that?
How you do that? I organized this place, my dear.
Yeah.
I know all things. All right. Now we're going to put foam on the back of this one.
Oh, do you not need this right now?
I don't need it, no.
Oh.
But it's still good for you to get it done. This is so zoomed in. It's just like too zoomed in. Over zoomed.
Over zoom?
It's over zoomed. Oh, brown recluse. Oh my gosh, you guys. I didn't mean for this to happen. You guys are going to make it so I can't sleep tonight. I feel like I have things crawling on me, and it won't be my husband. All right, let's see. So I'm going to pop this one up on foam. I have to look in the camera and see. Woo, there we go. I can't put my head over it. That's why I have to look into the camera to see what's going on. So that's going to go there. And then I'm going to put this on foam as well. And I think I'm going to be about done. So, Mr. Hunt, you're going to have to go take your seat over there.
Okay.
On the other side.
Like, get out of here, is that what you're saying?
Well, you know, I'm just saying.
Stop what you're doing.
That's why you need a puppy, Angie. I agree.
They've
I
been
agree.
causing trouble all night.
You guys, Alan says you're causing trouble. So that's going to go on there. I think this looks so pretty. I'm a very happy girl. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Make sure that I always check to make sure I'm lining this up right. The card is positioned properly. All right, I think we're good. There we go. That is the cards. Don't change it yet, Alan.
Okay.
People are looking at the card.
Oh.
You like it? What do you think? Does it look like Halloween? Does it look like scary, cool, like really neat, almost dead purple flowers? Dying purple flowers. I think it looks cool. I'm very happy with it. That's how I envisioned it. Yay! Be very afraid on Fright Night, because something wicked this way comes on October 31st. So this is collage, all right? This is freeform collage, but this is, we've got multiple sentiments on here. We're kind of telling a story. We're letting somebody know more than one thing. That's kind of one of the things that's really cool about collage, is you can say more than one thing because it allows you to use multiple sentiments, all right? We're also stacking things. So we're kind of stacking flowers and images and little critters and characters in this one. We're also stacking words. So we've stacked words on top of each other. We've stacked words to the left and to the right. We've got more little critters all in here. And then we've also got balance of color. So our big focal point is the purple. We've brought some green around the side here with some more black and purple around, but then I also brought more green, notice heavier up into this area to balance the green that we have over here. So it's literally just balance of color, so your eye doesn't necessarily just go to one place. It allows the entire card to shine. You still have a focal point, but by spreading the colors out and balancing everything properly, then it allows you to look at everything and nothing really takes over, but everything is balanced and works together. So I hope you guys like it. I hope you have a lot of fun with this. You can duplicate this card in any color scheme with any theme, and it would be just beautiful. So let's go ahead and switch the camera.
Okay.
Yay! So I hope you guys like that. This is so fun. I think this is actually one of my favorite cards that I've done in a while, I must say, to be honest with you. I think it's really, really fun. I love doing stacking collage. I think it's so imperfect that it's perfect. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that you don't have to be afraid you're going to put something in the wrong place, because you really can't. You're just layering and having fun. There's no right or wrong. There's nothing that is right or wrong about what you want to say, the sentiments that you want to put on there. You can mix fonts all over the place, so it doesn't matter if they go together. They're just fun. Use large words, small words, mix it all up, and just have a really fun time. All right? All right, everybody, that is it for us tonight. Remember, there's no class tomorrow night. Tonight was the night. I am actually going out with some of my girlfriends. We're having a girls' night out tomorrow night. And believe it or not, we're actually doing a murder mystery dinner. So I've never done one, so I've always wanted to, so this is going to be really fun. So we're doing that tomorrow night. We will be back next week. Thursday at 7 p.m. So hopefully you guys can put that on your calendar and join us then. So everybody have a wonderful evening and a wonderful, amazing rest of your week. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Bye for now.